Oh. What's up, YouTube? Back with another banger, back with another video. We're about to we're about to catch up with our homework. I'm gonna take you guys through the process. I think I'm in a Windows class or something like that. So let's do a boo for me since I'm behind. Hold up, let me see. Alright, let's get this out the way, y'all. Then we gonna have a look at any of it. We got 2 weeks off, so you know what that means. I didn't take a trade today. I think didn't come back to my zone, so I was like, yep, I ain't gonna force it. And I ain't go to bed last night. Let's go ahead and log into this bad boy. I love y'all too. I'll hit y'all up before I go to work. I'm gonna do this session. Let's do this, man. Let's catch up on this homework, Champy. I'm gonna go ahead and take my camera off for a little bit. I have never done this before, so we all will be learning something new. Okay, these are the instructions. I am in school for cybersecurity, by the way. I am halfway through my accelerated program for my bachelor's degree. And I probably don't go back to school. I mean, I was thinking I might go back to school for to be a nurse after this if I got the funding, because I did not go to school for free or pay for it to yeah. So I'm gonna download the grading script zip file. Okay. Don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Running the grading script in between the steps can cause confusion, especially when there's steps with dependencies. When there, be sure to run the grading script with detailed parameters. Example. Well, where's the script at, guys? Download the grade save file class. What a file? Oh, this is it right here. So this is what I gotta do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. Enable. Okay. In this section, you will configure additional settings to support the class exercise in your assigned vCastle pod. Click on that whole field. So I need to open up my vCastle. Don't know which one I'm supposed to use for this class. Like I said, I have not looked at any of my assignments. I've been trying to get organized, cleaning up, working. I worked the last, I think today will be my 16th day in a row working. Only worked 5 hours on the day though, so it's not that bad. But I need to find out what VCAS is. VCAS, I need to download this book. I want to be on top of my A game going into the new year, so I was gonna knock all this out in one day. God willing, anyway. I need to know what VCAS I need to use. And then, syllabus. I'm looking for something that tells me about the VCAS. A VCAS is basically a virtual machine, and a lot of times when you're in school for any type of technology, you're gonna use a virtual machine. This is basically just I want to say it's more like a sandbox, and it's basically it's a duplicate of what we already have on our computer. So my computer has Windows up there, so basically it's a duplicate of the I'm gonna have to go through and do this one too. But first, I ain't gonna do that on live. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm trying to find the VCASer. Oh, VCASer. I just need to see which one, because like sometimes I use VCASer 1, sometimes I use VCASer 4. Maybe if I go to VCASer, I'll see it. Hopefully when I log in, maybe if I log in on this one, it's supposed to automatically have my login up there. So. Dang, maybe making, dang, I need to give me a VCASer. Trying to stay on the path of least resistance. VCASer. Check this off, see, I want to see my student ID number inside a hat. VCASer. Understood. I just hopped on the screen, guys. I was going to stream this. Let's see here. Do I have my class up there? Yes. This is the class I will be doing. Alright, well. Let's get this homework done, y'all. Then I'll be free to make content. Can you guys see me? I hope not. Yeah, you can't see me. Alright, well. This is Cyb240. I need to get inside this lab. In this lab, like, I'm trying to be done with this before 12:30 because I gotta go take care of some business. I've been cleaning up for the last cleaned up the crib. I washed all the clothes last night, so everything is pretty much, I would say, 95% good. And 95% good as far as the house. Got my security system up, so if you're looking for that vlog, I got it in. Now I got to get it up. So be looking for that video to show you guys how to create your own security system from home. I used to, if you guys been paying attention to the channel, I've been doing, well, I used to do fiber. So that taught me how to lay the wires and all that stuff down. That taught me how to lay the wires and stuff down. So, okay, we are inside the virtual machine. Now we need to on the VM, say on the VM post create a folder called scripts on the C drive. So I need to go into my C drive, which is a drive on your, create a folder called scripts. That's what it says. Create a folder named scripts. And then log inside my canvas or and a lot of this stuff they want, like, you might be thinking like you're going to cyber and it's gonna be hard, and I'm doing it online, it's gonna be hard. Like, I promise, family, a lot of the stuff they be giving us like the answers to. It's basically the thing, except when you get like a performance assessment, but by then you've done it so many times that it's second nature. Like when you start building a network from scratch, you gotta get the SCP pools, or you gotta do your whatever it may be. You might be thinking it's gonna be hard, family. I'm telling you, like, they're gonna, and that a lot of times, like, even when I don't know how to do something, I still got my main man Richard in the cut. I could just schedule a tutor session. He's gonna walk me through it, and then I'm good to go. Let me log into my canvas on my vCastle, because remember the virtual machine, the vCastle is a virtual machine, so I can't copy and paste something from my normal browser, and I can't copy something from my normal browser and then put it inside my vCastle. I'm going to move this way real quick. I need my student email. I don't remember my email, so I need a little help. Hopefully once we get this ball running, this is pretty easy. I can knock these assignments out. I have one letter off. Be aware of hackers, guys. Don't be just putting your personal information out there. Because all I need is your email address. From there, we can work our way up. Well, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this up and running. But what I need to do, these are the instructions. Virtual machine. I need to go on log into Canvas, go to access. I'm going to this class, going to resources. Check the market. Back up from this level, I stick that in. Unfortunate luck. Just moving around. I'll go long way. I set my alert to, it was too, I guess not. I don't want to force a trade. I set my freaking alert right before it triggered. So I thought it was gonna come down some more, fortunately. Now I'm late and I could possibly get stopped out. So I'm not gonna over leverage. Take one small trade. Put a stop loss up there. Put a stop loss up there. And hopefully hit my TP of 687 already in the red. Told you I got in too late. I'm gonna put my stop loss on and hopefully we run this up to all-time high. If not, then today will be a little loss. Alright, well, now that we got that out of the way, I need to find my resources. The resource tab. Okay. Click download. Right click. Zip file. Wait. Okay. Wait, no. Download. Alright. Wait. Move this around so you guys can see. So now I'm about to extract all my. It says right click. Extract all. Extract. Yep. It says extract. Now when I go into the class, and then you should see the unzipped folder in the downloads folder. Copy all. Right click start. I'm about to bring up my terminal and I'm about to use the terminal to copy the file and put it inside the directory of, I believe, the folder we just created. So I guess I have done some of this using the terminal. It's a Windows class, so right click this. We're gonna bring up the terminal. Click start admin. When you open up your terminal, we want to make sure that we're using admin so we can have special powers. Okay. And then we're going to write set location, the user administrator download script. I'm guessing I put this. Nope. Copy all Brady scripts and the C scripts directly using the forward cloud. Set location. Set location. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay. Copy all Brady scripts directly using the following PowerShell command. Set location. I think this is supposed to be my actual file where I want the location to go. I think that is actually inside of my C drive. We named that folder script. So we were supposed to do set location is script speaking user administrator download. Set location. Well, it says initial the command was the one that's at the top. I mean, I can double check and make sure I didn't misspell something, but administrator download /class _ script, and it gave me the cannot find path with the user number, cannot find path on that location. So I tried to use the path that I created with the folder scripts. And maybe I was supposed to put class script, extract, create, what is it? Download, okay, download the class scripts folder, extract that. If you assign the Basil, log into the canvas and from your host to access the class script, download the class script zip folder. Copy all grading scripts to the C using the following power. What is this? Alright, well, I'm stuck right now. I gotta figure out how to do this, guys. So, bear with me. Like I said, I don't think I did this before. I've never done this before, but this doesn't seem too hard. Just like we're going inside the, what is it called? I believe it's the command prompt or the terminal, and we're trying to copy a script inside of another location. Before running the scripts, creating wait until you complete all the steps within the guided practice and the performance assessment. Be sure. And the download the scripts, I downloaded that, and I'm going off of these instructions that I downloaded earlier. SP Castle. My downloads tab. New skills, creating scripts, directory, downloading grading scripts, download the class scripts, extract the files. You should unzip the files, copying all grading scripts directly using the following. What did I see the freaking create the folder inside of the new, am I on the right assignment? Am I on the right assignment? Yes, 1.4. Click this. To prevent errors in reference to grading, so try using the tab of the parameter following the grade. Be sure to run the grading script with detailed parameters. Steps, download the script, save the file as its class script. Oh, last name. Oh. This is kind of off. So, take a little stretch. Download the class script. I think I was clicking on the wrong one. Nope. Log into your on the create a folder named scripts on the C drive. So it says it right here. Create the scripts on the C drive. Right here. And then log into the canvas from your host to access the class script. Okay. Download the class script zip folder for the resources. Extract the content. I did all of that. And then this is what I had to do. Now I have this in my download. I'm supposed to go inside of the scripts directory using the following PowerShell and right click. Did all that. Set location. This set location, I feel like it's throwing me off, but I guess that's the command. I did that. Maybe I used a capital A. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I use a capital A. I believe that this PowerShell is cap sensitive, so because I typed it in just like they told us to type it in. Underscore scripts. Nope. Set location. The module set location cannot be loaded. For more information, run import module set location. Hopefully this fixes it. I believe my teacher has a Zoom thing that I can go look at. I need help. Set location. Module setup could not be loaded. For more information, run a module. Import module. Location. Let's try it again. Cause I typed it in just like we load. Nope. This is I want to see if this set location right here is supposed to be an actual location, or if that's like if that's a filler word because of the guided practice, or if that's actually the command that we're supposed to type in. And right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to and we're doing Windows 11 domain configuration. I'm gonna go to the Zoom that we had, where the teacher basically showed us what we need to do, hopefully, and then
okay. So today's unit one class
before.
is Windows servers. Welcome. I'm Dr. Dominic Hilliard. I go by Dominic D, so forth and so on. It's my second semester here at ECPI. I've been teaching for about online for about 3 years now. Still in the industry. I work for a company called Artificial Intelligence in the dentist industry, and I also teach as well. I also
Fortunately, we don't need to hear anything. I just need to see what he's gonna do.
with the UI, putting the search tricky. But
boot time may be
you complete
he's teaching us about Windows 11.
Into the domain.
I don't need to know about Windows 11.
Okay.
I need to know about this
From there is have some healthy conversations about the discussion between Windows 10 and Windows 11.
okay.
Anything else?
No, that's all I had a question for.
Okay, cool. Outside of that, if you have anything else, reach out to me, text me or email. I'm here, either one.
The intent was there, but the execution was definitely off. I think he's helping more with the guided.
I did have one question. So you said for setting up the lab, you said we had to do it through vCastle?
What? That wasn't making any
Yes,
sense.
vCastle 1. I put it in the announcement as well with a hyperlink, so that way you can go there. Have you used vCastle before?
Yes, I'm pretty sure, but this is the first time I'm doing it for this class. So
okay, yeah, of course. It should be kind of the same way that you're familiar with.
This was basically what
But if you do,
I'm trying to go inside of this directory, or this folder right here. But I'm going inside the location, so I'm using the C drive as my location, and I'm supposed to set that location for right here. And basically, we'll be inside that, and then I'll go inside this folder. But this is basically like Linux. I guess Linux is on Windows now, and we'll basically copy the item, which is like, we'll copy this item, the class scripts, which is in our download folder on our vCastle, and we'll copy that inside of the folder that we created. I know how to do that already on Linux. That's why I was like, have I done this before? But I haven't, because it's Windows PowerShell. Normally I'll be doing this inside of a Linux. Wait, not Linux. Yeah, is it Linux? Can't remember. But I need to set the location, which my set location is not working inside of my PowerShell. And I think that's what that error was up there. That's what that error was up there. But and I definitely want to get out my homework now so I can really focus on back testing and trading as well. Yes, we got it up there, y'all. So it worked that time. And now we need to copy. Copy. Yeah, that's what was throwing me off too, because in Linux it'll just be CP. If I wanted to copy my directory name was scripts. And then I'll have to put the file I wanted to copy. It'll be, the folder will be the file, it will be a file, it won't be a folder in Linux, copy scripts, and then I will basically copy that inside of my scripts folder. But with Windows PowerShell, I guess I just gotta go through it like this, which is cool. It's cool because you don't need Linux on Windows at all. I hope I'm saying that, hope I'm saying that right. But I took that class, it's Linux. I'm only saying because I got Linux at work too. It's definitely not spelled like this, that it's spelled. And we copy that file. Navigate to the directory, you should see the grading script. So now, like I said earlier, basically when we go inside the file that we created, we're going to be able to see the scripts inside of it. Oh, maybe if I close it and open it up, because it's not there right now. There, wait, there, that's the one we're looking for. But we need to be able to see it inside of this local disk. Did I made my file inside the right one. Copy item. Oh, wait, I think I gotta do this, hold up. I did it wrong. I gotta do it like this. I gotta do class underscore scripts. Wait, no, I gotta do copy class. Wait, no, because I think this copy item is the command. And we basically, I typed it in wrong. I was about to say, because this copy item is the CP. And then you type in, since you're inside of this file, because you see how it says class underscore scripts, this is the one that we downloaded, so we have to set the location. We come inside this file, and then when we use the copy item, we're copying this whole file. We're gonna move it to this C script. So copy item, but I typed this in wrong right here. /P. I got this bracket right here. I'm not supposed to have that bracket. It's supposed to be copy item. This is going to help somebody out when they come into this class if they can't figure this out. But if not, you just get to see me doing what I do. This is what I do all the time. I'm sitting at the PC learning this stuff. In 10 years, I'll be able to tell you how important it was to my career as a programmer or hacker, as far as an innovator in technology. But right now, I'm just learning, so I just gotta learn. Don't know. It's like when you went through college. When we went through high school, we were just learning math. We were just learning history. We didn't know how important it was going to be to do it. And we learned that none of that stuff really mattered. And most of it was a lie, like Christopher Columbus. But hey, we're not going to go down there, go into that. Navigate to the C script. You should all see that. Okay, now we should see it. Still not seeing it. Still not seeing it. Set locate, copy item, dot, no space forward slash destination. Oh, messed up again. Yes. You can. So when you're in this, you can just push up Had a little hiccup right there. Now we should see it. Hopefully, I said that the last 5 times. Nope. Let's try the same thing again. Because when I first ran that command, it didn't work either. So I just figured it had to load. Nah, it's still not going in there. Copy item dot asterisk ps1 slash destination C drive scripts. That is my C drive. So on my C drive, it's named scripts. But why isn't my scripts loading? And then once we get this in here, we're supposed to run a command. I'm pretty sure we got to grade it after that. But we are stuck because it's not inside our C drive. You will see security warnings when running the script. Copy item, copy destination. These variables ask for service confirmation for moving of each grading script. Navigate to see, you should see the grading scripts. Set locations, we did all that. Copy item, we did all that. I'm not trying to go to tutoring for this. Like, I want this just to work so I can get the rest of this homework in. It's almost Christmas, like nobody's trying to be on a tutor session. And I'm not trying to go that long without having this assignment done. I want to go into the new year fresh and be focused on a mission. But hey, who am I to put off on somebody else? I'm the reason that I'm in this situation, waiting a whole week before doing week one's homework. A rebel at heart, Gemini vibes. Virgo. Copy item. It's the same freaking command. But why isn't it working? That's the question. I don't think I can even go to the next assignment without having these done too. Why can't I just copy and just paste it? If that works, that'll be clutch. Now, I'm not taking a few shots ever again. On your open PowerShell, set location of scripts. Hopefully this works. So yeah, that set location is actually a command. Hopefully that copy and paste worked. I guess I just had to take us a long way, but I figured we was gonna do that at first. But we did. So I was like, whoa. I'm a nerd, guys. Like, I'm really a nerd. Let's have an open discussion. I need to read more books. Cannot find path, user administration scripts because it does not exist. Download set location to scripts. Oh, maybe I just need to do, well, let's try this. Yeah, tripping. I didn't have downloads up there, so I didn't put it. Go through this. Clutch. I know a little something, something. I ain't complete worthless. Zero zero course grading script test PS1 output detailed have to give course grading test.ps1 dot output detailed invoke. No test files were found, no script blocks were provided. Please ensure that you provide at least one path or directory. I'm not liking this class already, just gonna voice that. Yeah. PS1 output, just because of that copy and paste thing. I don't like where this is going. Slash path GPU 00, you will see running. As you can see right here in the guided practice, it tells us that red is an error. As you can see, it's red right there. Detail. Oh, when you open set locations, I'm in the C script. I might need tutoring after all. All I need to get is this right here. But what I always do, I always just go to the next assignment and see if I can do it. Because obviously this is some error that I have no type of knowledge for. And the best way to do it is to seek help. Instead of going to the book, finding every last page on all this stuff and having it. I mean, you definitely will get it, but why would I do all of that? I just want to get the assignment. Pretty hungry too. I was I was drinking water. Drinking water. Woo! Drinking water. Okay. I look like I'm about to have some packet tracer stuff. VH. Host pull. Hold on, wait. Wait. Hold up. The teacher might be showing me how to do it. Nope. Only on the other ones that he has he only has, I can just show you guys, he only has the videos up here for these two. Walk through and stuff like that. Let's just go through it, because I just want to get as many assignments done as possible. I don't know if I have to work tomorrow, but
One of the first requirements that you will have for this course is creating a network diagram.
why is my
So
headphones
the
not
network
working?
diagram will serve as
Like,
documentation and a reference for
oh,
you
okay.
as you
It was
proceed
turned
with
down.
completing your configurations such as your IPs and naming the systems and so forth. So one of the things that you will need to do first is to download the template from this assignment, the network diagram template, and then you will need to upload it into your OneDrive, and then from there you will be able to make edit diagram. And so the network diagram will serve that you will have for this course is creating a network diagram. And so the network diagram will serve as documentation and a reference for you as you proceed with completing your configurations such as your IPs and naming the systems and so forth. So one of the things that you will need to do first is to download the template from this assignment, the network diagram template, and then you will need to upload it.
All right, I'm back.
Into your OneDrive, and then from there you will be able to make edits. Now, if you have Visio installed on your home system or on the classroom system, you will be able to make edits from the desktop.
Okay, so I need to use video.
Now, let's cover a few requirements, or actually a few standards within this class. So the
I might not
naming
use it anymore. I have video on my computer. I've been doing this for a while. Let's see what we got to create here. Wait, crap. I need to do a basic, a basic network diagram. Just making sure I pick the right one because we had the basic diagram right here, but with this stuff you have to be spot on. Any word can change it, but basic network diagram. So as you can see, it's pretty much following instructions, and the skills come with is doing it over, like programming. It's simple instructions, but the skills comes with doing it over and over again, how to piece the parts together. Even building a network, it's all the same stuff. You build it from the ground up, and you can add security layers and stuff like that. Maybe I'll go through and do a network with you guys. Let me put it on my list. I'll go through and do a network on a packet tracer with you guys. So you can see how we set up a network, how we dial in everything. That'd be a good screen. I don't know how many people are gonna be interested in this. I gotta go to my content list. Network. We can do some Linux too. We definitely gonna do some coding. Okay. I have this up here. Let me move this over here. Hopefully we can get to work. before you begin Alright, this is what we're going to be creating, I guess. Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm not liking this class, guys. And I really do not like when I don't like classes. But I'm going to plow through. Alright. So I'm guessing. Let me start by here. Computers and monitors, PC, PC.
Work, right? So that means the server will be able to look to itself and the clients will look to the server. What we'll need to do first is to download the template from this assignment, the network diagram template, and then you will need to upload it into your OneDrive, and then from there you will be able to make edits. Now, if you have Visio installed on your home system or on the classroom system, you will be able to make edits from the desktop. Now let's cover a few requirements, or actually a few standards within this class. So the naming standard that will be used is going to be very simple. You have domain controller will be DC, desktop DE, laptop LA, member server MS, tablet TA. And so the only codes that we will be using will be DC and DE. All right. We have one server, which will be the domain controller, and then we have two workstations that are going to serve as desktops. One of the things that we are also going to use is a numbering standard. So that means if we have, for instance, we have one server, that server will be DC-01. If we had an additional server, that server may be DC-02. In our case, however, in this instance, we do have two desktops. It will be DE-01 and DE-02. The server, again, this is just letting you know that it's going to be the domain controller. Client 1 will be a Windows 10 system. Client 2 will be a Windows 11 system. The network address will be based on your student ID. And so as you can see here, the student ID is 2685. And so you can use any variation of these numbers for your last octet, so that fourth octet. Right? And the server is going to be the DNS for the network. Right? So that means the server will be able to look to itself, and the clients will look to the server for DNS information. So let's move to our network diagram edits. And so the first thing, if you've downloaded and then uploaded in your OneDrive, once you double click it, it will open with Visio. However, you have to click edit and then edit in browser. And so here I have my fictitious student ID here for a reference so that you can see how the numbers can be used along the way. So for this one, the server is going to be DC-01. My IP is going to be 10.1.1.1. I'm using the first number. The subnet mask is a class C and is going to be 255.255.255.0. The gateway is going to be 10.1.1.254. And for the DNS, we're going with 127.0.0.1. Now this is a loopback address. This is also Microsoft best practices for domain controllers. This right here, the loopback, looks back right.
I want to let me.
Is going to be 10C. How the numbers can be used along the way. So for this one, the server is going to be DC-
I need to get editing up and running. For some reason, not letting me edit. Maybe if I go video. It's okay. For some reason, it's not letting me edit, so I'm gonna. Open this up. Yeah, for some reason, it's just not. All I have to do is type it in there. Not that hard. don't know if it's just me or
for your lab, right?
I'm just not have the downgrade. Have it downloaded. Open the file. And I should be able to edit, but it's just telling me that I can comment.
Are our network diagram edits. So the first thing, if you've
Edit diagram. It's not letting me edit though. See, I'm having some technical difficulties with this class so far. I don't believe it's me. I believe either I don't comprehend how to utilize the software, or I am having some technical difficulties. For some reason, I can't type on this. Wait. Oh, I can't type. Okay. Cool. I'm over here.
download it and then upload it in your OneDrive, once you double click it, it will open with Visio. However, you have to click edit and then edit in browser. And so here I have my fictitious student ID here for a reference so that you can see how I'm using going with Ubuntu system. For the E, it's next to be DE0, the gateway, in your
So basically, right now we're laying down we're creating a diagram for the network that we're going to create. Well, I'm not guessing. That's what we're doing. I don't know if we're going to actually go in and create this network and package this, but that would be cool. I would love to do that. I always like building networks. It started when I was doing the fiber, and we actually laid down the actual network. Well, not the we laid it down, the fiber for the network, and then let me turn this down. I guess turn that down. So yeah, we actually connected the internet to the terminal, and then hooked it up to the client's house, and then from there they had their own personal network with their own devices. I went to some big houses, some small houses, some rich neighborhoods, poor neighborhoods. Never did any businesses though. Never did any businesses. I did go to a business though, and I don't think we could do that because there was like an apartment over top of a pizza Italian spot. I don't know if we was able to do that. I think I got off that job. I think I was happy to actually get off that job because it was in the business location. So I believe we had to get somebody from business to come and do it. And then we had one. I did go there. They had a business, but when I got there, I realized it was a business, and got that job off me as well. I was a contractor, so basically the jobs used to come to my phone like DoorDash. Then I have to go there, fulfill the service, make sure it was up and running, make sure it was secure with their Wi-Fi password, and then got up out of there. And a week later, the money for that job was on my paycheck. And I believe this is all we have to do. I'm gonna save this one, and then I gotta, wait. What are we doing? If not familiar, refresh, okay, no herbs. What else am I supposed to do besides this? That's all she said to do, so this is what I'm gonna turn in. If I gotta resubmit it later on, then cool. I don't believe I'm gonna be able to do this next assignment. Desktop. Get a new folder. These are all different classes that I had. Windows. One. Name this 1.5. Desktop. Windows. I'm behind. That's why I'm trying to get this done. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's based off the last one that we took. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts.
At this point, we are going to configure your virtual host. And so the virtual host is where
We're about to create a virtual host. Need to get back inside of VCAS.
Hyper-V is installed. And Hyper-V is Microsoft's virtualization option. And so in this case, you'll be using Microsoft Hyper-V to configure
I just got my tea. It's gonna be a long stream.
your virtual machines for this course.
But
Before we can get started, again, we just need to prep the virtual host. And so let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is do a set location to change the directory. And so you can use the CD, change directory, the CD command, or set location. So all of your scripts that you need within this course are in the C scripts location. So be careful not to delete. And the first thing that we're going to do is a /VM host setup. And so this script is going to run. The first thing that it's going to ask for is your ECPI login name, which is going to be your student ID.
yeah, my scripts are not in the right location. And that's because of that other assignment. So I'm gonna have to go back and try to move these scripts from download to, let me see, I'll do it like DC scripts. Scripts. Yeah, they are in there. Yeah. So scripts. Oh, let me do this other one real quick before I do this. Then I'll figure that out. Well, that didn't work. If I can. 1-4, guided script. Bring up the guided practice. And then I need to run this info. I'm gonna see if this works now. Info tester have GP00 course grading script test.ps1 / output details. That contains the order that you provide a script of. You will see a security warning when running any red get a message. In most cases, the output will provide you details. You are able to determine the shape of the red contact your instructor for assistance. Correct any errors to resolve. Okay, I'm gonna need to talk to my I'm gonna have to send this to my teacher, guys, but I don't know what the shit means. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Crap. I don't like to show like certain information, guys, just because like this hacking thing is real, guys. Like people are really hacking. And the less information you give them, the better. My teacher's a doctor, that's pretty cool. And he's a black man, so that's easy. Not saying anything racist. I'm just saying. To have a black doctor, congratulations. I like that. But don't tell me about you. Dominique Hillary. Well, I would have texted anyway, so I'm gonna just send him a screenshot of the error that I'm getting on the host machine. Hopefully he hits me back. It's the middle of the day, so I need to call my supervisor to make sure that everything is going well. But I'm gonna put the dot for 665-2993. 2993. Get the iPhone, so I got him with the what's up, man. I'm like, what up, Doc? 4 assignment. Invoke command and get this. So let me plain phone. I don't think it's zoom in, my boy. Hi, what's up, Doc? My name is Raekwon. I'm in Cyb240 online, and I'm having some problems. With the 1.4 assignment. Every time I run the invoke command, I get this error. Okay, but that doesn't explain why it's not working for 1.6 because I have the command inside of my have them inside of oh, that's why I stopped. Well, no, when I ran the virtual machine host script, then it gave me a, yeah, you see it. Oh no, I'm wrong. Still, no. Setup. Machine host setup. I'm supposed to be able to do a login. Yeah, I'm having some trouble, guys. I need to get help. I'm inside my scripts folder. I'm running the virtual machine host setup. PS1, that's basically the script. I'm supposed to be able to log in and continue with the assignment. So, I guess I'm gonna wait for my teacher to hit me back. Guess we go to the next assignment. So far this PowerShell thing is not working for you, boy. But we did get that video done, so virtual network setup. I guess we're about to do a packages. Wait, no we're not. This is more.
At this point, you've created your network diagram and you've configured your virtual host. Now we're going.
I can't go to the next assignment until I create the virtual host. Unfortunately. Wait, let me see this. Hopefully it's packages. Oh no. I don't keep taking me back there. Oh, one sec. I guess it's you got to have that done before you can do this one. So yeah, we're not gonna use package tracer at all.
Concerned with the local.
I have to have that done before I can do it. So I'm gonna wait for him to hit me about that one thing, then I'm gonna tell him about my other problem. Hopefully he can solve that for me too, and then we'll be able to knock out these two. So right now, I need to make some phone calls around real quick. I think I'm about to get off the screen, guys. I streamed for a long while today. I don't know if anybody checked this out. So you guys seen that I had problems with my assignment. I'm gonna do this other assignment offline. I don't want nobody to see me finish this one up. But yeah, this was the stream today. hope everybody is well. We got one assignment done out of three. Two, really, just got to figure out how to run the command to grade it so we can get that output. So we can turn that assignment in, and then we have to figure out how to do this BHM host. Once we get that up and running, we can finish that up, and then we can create the actual network. And that should be the 4 assignment. Then we have one more, then a performance assessment. So hopefully everything goes well with this class. Week 1, we need to knock that out. I'm gonna knock this other one out real quick. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Oh, let's check the trade real quick, see if he got smoke or not. Oh, he's up here right now, so he's about to text me back. So hopefully, let's see if he got smoke or not. We didn't hit the TP, so it didn't trigger. We're about to the TP, as long as I didn't get stopped out. Yes, I didn't get stopped out. I'm on 35%. Shit, he about to log into the pod right now. The black guy. Appreciate him tapping in with us. So we're in a good trade today. Got in a little late. Up 35%. We're doing homework. Should we bring up the chart? Should we bring up the chart? Nah, not yet. The formula is top. See, did I get a swing trade? Or did I get the same desperation? Yeah, I got a swing trade. Alright. we waiting for the doc to hop on. He about to hop into the pod right now. So bring that back up. Did I delete it? Hold up. I did not know you were gonna hit me back that fast. I gotta get back to the pod. You hit me back right now. Right. Man, bro doc texting me right now. I'm talking to a doc. Yeah. Yeah. Back on the time. Look, stupid. Intro left. Alright. Nice background right there, guys. It's all there, but what the fuck is my file showing? Comfort is the enemy of success. It's the same thing. See these fast. Damn, So yeah, with Windows you gotta go. I mean, that's how it is on Linux too. It says yeah. It's let me see here. That's me a good question. I think I should be good now. I just need to pull up my database and go posture. Yeah. Well, I got 1,000 things going on. Dot for real. It's crazy. Rare. All I gotta do is run. I don't fail. I read it once. This is an idiot. LS. I don't know what I'm doing. Discover the found one test, running jobs. We'll go. Niggas not eating Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to get this done. The fuck is the password, bro? What am I doing? Why is this doing that? What is this? What? How did this even happen? It just ran 30 seconds ago. No. I'm just saying. Get this shit done. Of course, they sit down to respect for that one. Cyb240. My teacher is completely taking over the I'm guessing we had to put those files inside of the we only had one inside of there, so we had to put them all in there. Flux. I see what they did there. So I need to do a screenshot. And then upload your script. Do the alright. Now I should be able to do the 1.5. Go in and no, not 1.5. Not 1.5, 1.6. And go to 1.6. Go set up. Download.
At this point, we are going to configure your virtual host. And so the virtual host is where Hyper-V is installed, and Hyper-V is Microsoft's virtualization option. And so in this case, you'll be using Microsoft Hyper-V to configure your virtual machines for this course. Before we can get started, again, we just need to prep the virtual host. And so let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do
Yes, sir. Um, why is it not going up there like it did last time? Yes, that's it. Yes. I should be good from here. Yes, I'll be with those scripts. I'll be. Yes, I'll be with those scripts. All right. Okay. Oh, let's get some more time here. I don't like how my student ID is up on the internet. It's not like you can. We're still on the stream, guys.
The first thing that it's going to ask for is your ECPI login name, which is going to be your student ID. I'm going to enter my fictitious student ID and hit enter.
444%.
At this point, it's going to run through a few steps of renaming the network adapters on the virtual host. It's also going to rename the virtual host based on the student ID, set the time zone, update PowerShell, set the execution policy to unrestricted, and also create a separate account outside of the built-in administrator that uses your student ID. And so that account with your student ID will also be granted administrative privileges.
Obey my code, fellas.
And so once it's done, you'll have to restart it, and then after it restarts, you will see that you have the administrator account and your student account.
That didn't really put you up to 1%.
All right. And at this point, we're just going to restart it. Your account will also be granted administrative privileges. And so once it's done, you'll have to restart it, and then after it restarts, you will see that you have the administrator account and your student account. All right. And at this point, we're just going to restart it. Restart.
Onward, man. One more year of school. Done for a while. I don't know if I'm going to school for nursing or not.
Now that it's restarted, we can now log in. And we're going to log back in using the administrator account. But you will see that you have your student ID here, and you have the built-in administrator. And so for now, you can still use the built-in administrator account. But what's going to happen after a future guided practice, you will not be able to use that account. So don't be alarmed in the future if you can't log in using that account. The next thing that we're going to do is do a quick activation and make sure you open up PowerShell as an admin. Cyb240 ATO. So this will activate it without a problem. All right, product activated successfully. The next thing that you will need to do is set Hyper-V as a little shortcut on your taskbar, right? And so we're going to pin it on the taskbar. So let's make that happen. Here, Hyper-V, and it's already pinned on mine. Let me unpin it. Hyper-V, and all you're going to do is right click, pin to taskbar. If you want to pin it to start as well, you can, but pin it to taskbar. That way you understand that when you go in here, and this will be in the future, once we create the topology, you will see virtual machines here. That way you understand what to do is right click, pin to taskbar. If you want to pin it to start as well, you can, but pin it to taskbar. The next thing that you will need to do is set Hyper-V as a little shortcut on your taskbar, right? And so we're going to pin it on the taskbar. So let's make that happen. Here, Hyper-V, and it's already pinned on mine. Let me unpin it. Hyper-V, and all you're going to do is right click, pin to taskbar. If you want to pin it to start as well, you can, but pin it to taskbar. That way you understand that when you go in here, and this will be in the future, once we create the topology, you will see virtual machines here. As of right now, you don't have any virtual machines created. Now that we've done all of that, and let's just make sure we have the latest and greatest browser. Now for the browser, you do not want to use Internet Explorer. So right now we're logged. Now that we've done all of that, and let's just make sure we have the latest and greatest browser. Now for the browser, you do not want to use Internet Explorer. So right now we're logged in with the administrator account, and you're going to have to do this again once you log in with the account that has your student ID. You just want to right click and unpin from taskbar. Internet Explorer is at end of life, and so it's no longer supported. And so you should have Google Chrome on your virtual host, which is a plus. So now let's go ahead and run the grading script. CD. So in this case, I'm going to use CD. Last time
I was just playing some music on so I can lock in real quick.
I used set location, and we're going to be using invoke pester. And so invoke pester, with this, it will run various tests to confirm. And we can tab through here. It's a little delayed. Give it a second. All right, so it's going to be GP1 lab setup. And you want to do your dash output and detailed, space detailed, and then run it. And so when it runs, you should have all green. And if you don't, I'll explain to you how to backtrack. And so just hit run, type in your student ID because it is going to compare this to the configurations on the virtual host. So it checks the host name, it checks the adapters, it checks the update services, so it checks everything. And so this should be an easy green for you, just because you're running that course topology, but you're running the VM host script, which sets everything up. All right, and so for your instructor, you want to make sure you take a full screenshot, okay? So whether it takes you, you start and you can only take this much of the screenshot initially, you want to make sure you scroll down and take the other half. And so it needs to show everything from top to bottom. Other than that, that is it for setting up.
Yeah, this is just like that. I think we can go to. Oh yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, we'll open up our hyper-V. You just hit TP on the spray. Could have upped a lot. I'm only up 1%, so yeah, TP though. One hour camera about to close. 4 hours close. Do I want to? I don't want. I want to get it. So I'm doing my first stop. So I'll let it goes up anymore. It was my first day today. And that my friend still amazing. I wasn't even in the market. I just set the level. I missed the level by a lot. I already ran like 50%. But I had just set my alert just below it. That was where I was before. It was order block. But I seen that order block. I walked away. I came back. It was bottom half form. Got in. Rolled it up to TP. Now I'm up 50%. I really believe it could run more. I'm gonna just do it. Probably like 30. I get stopped out. But I can we'll see if my trade hit 30 TP at 689, all-time high. I truly believe we may break the all-time high. Get up to that 691, 693 area. So already at 687. One hour candle just closed. We still got that 4 hour candle closed. This 4 hour candle for the engulfing candle could take us up to that 688, 689. And that next candle can be very important because if it's another engulfing candle on the 4 hour chart, most likely going up to like 700. Towards it anyway, before a pullback. This trend has small little incremental pullback, small time frames, like a 5-minute, 50-minute chart, pullback like 20%. And bounce another 200, 300%. Risk reward was so high on pullback. Small pullback, like today, we only pulled back to like 640, it was at 660. It was at 686, we pulled back to 684. And then now we go up to 687. Okay, so yeah, that's in there. Now I need to save this file and turn it into like count 1.6. I don't think I did that last time. We got 2 more assignments, guys. I need to run to the store to get some mushrooms. Hopefully I get this one right here, these 2 done right here. Exit out of this.
At this point, you've created your network diagram and you've configured your virtual host. Now we're going to create the course topology using the script that is in the scripts folder on the host. So let's go ahead and run it. It's going to create the virtual machines required for the course, the server, client 1 and client 2. And so within this course, you're going to have one server that's going to serve as the domain controller, and then the client 1 and 2 will be joined to the domain. All right, everything is created. And as you can see, resetting the administrator password. And so now you're going to need to use the account with your student ID account. And so let's go ahead and log out of here. and log into the student account. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to set the Hyper-V manager. We're going to pin it to the taskbar. That way it's easy to find. You don't have to search it each and every time. So let's go ahead and open this up. You'll create the course topology your password using the script that is in the scripts folder on the host. Use the account with your student ID account. So in this course, you're machines using the script that is in. At this point, you've created your network diagram and you've configured your virtual host. Now we're going to create the course topology using the script that is in the scripts folder on the host. So let's go ahead and run it. It's going to create the virtual machines required for the course, the server, client 1 and client 2. And so within this course, you're going to have one server that's going to serve as the domain controller, and then the client 1 and 2 will be joined to the domain. All right, everything is created, and as you can see, resetting the administrator password, and so now you're going to need to use the account with your student ID account. And so let's go ahead and log out of here. All right, and log into the student account. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to set the Hyper-V manager. We're going to pin it to the taskbar. That way it's easy to find. You don't have to search it each and every time. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you'll be prompted for your password because of the user account control, so that's normal. Now you'll see within Hyper-V you have bar. That way it's because of the user student ID. Create the virtual machines required for the scripts folder on the host. So let's go ahead and run it.
Let me try this. Exit. Wait. Mine not. This doesn't matter. Create for policy. Policy. CS1. It's in there. I don't know why it's not. not loaded. Wait, it's in there. For some reason it's not loaded. My scripts. Man, even though still still gonna go through. It's not working though. It's inside my file though. I'm gonna try this right here. I'm gonna try this. I think it's this right here. Think I'm typing the sin wrong. Need to go create lecture course topology. Topology. Yeah. What the fuck is this shit? I think I did it.
It's going to create the virtual machines required for the course, the server, client 1 and client 2. And so within this course, you're going to have one server that's going to serve as the domain controller, and then the client 1 and 2 will be joined to the domain. All right, everything is created. And as you can see, resetting the administrator password. And so now you're going to need to use the account with your student ID account. So let's go ahead and log out of here. All right, and log into the student account. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to set the Hyper-V manager. We're going to pin it to the taskbar. That way it's easy to find. You don't have to search it each and every time. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you'll be to the taskbar. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to set the Hyper-V manager. We're going to pin it to the taskbar. That way it's easy to find. You don't have to search it each and every time. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you'll be prompted for your password because of the user account control, so that's normal. Now you'll see within Hyper-V you have your 3 virtual machines, your server and client 1 and client 2. And so the next thing that you'll need to do is start these up so that you can go through the configuration. Before we do that, if you click on Hyper-V settings, let's go back. I meant virtual switch manager. You'll see CIS NAT01, and this is going to be your virtual switch for all of your virtual machines. And so let me just mention something really quick with the virtual switch. If you click here, or you can click here to view the settings for each of the virtual machines, if you click on the NIC or the virtual switch connection for one, and that you'll need to do is start these up so that you can go through the configuration. Before we do that, if you click on Hyper-V settings, let's go back. I meant virtual switch manager. You'll see CIS NAT01, and this is going to be your virtual switch for all of your virtual machines. And so let me just mention something really quick with the virtual switch manager. You'll see CIS NAT01, and this is going to be your virtual switch for all of your virtual machines. And so let me just mention something really quick with the virtual switch. If you click here, NAT01, and this is going to be your virtual switch for all of your virtual machines. And so let me just mention something really quick with the virtual switch. If you click here, or you can click here to view the settings for each of the virtual machines, if you click on the NIC or the virtual switch connection for client 1 or any of these, you will see that it is connected, right? You'll see it here and you'll see it here. For VLAN ID, never check this, okay? We don't use virtual LAN within the Hyper-V environment, so be sure that you leave this unchecked. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to start these virtual machines up. Now that we have them started, you will need to reference your diagram. And so remember, you have your DC01, DE01, DE02. You're going to need to use this information to configure your environment. So each virtual machine will need to have the appropriate configurations as far as the name and the IP. So let's start with the server first. In reality, you could start with any one of them. I'm just going to start with the server. And we'll need to go through the basic setups first. And we're not going to be concerned with the product key. We'll do that later. Accept the license terms, and the password is going to be password 1. Accept the license terms, and we'll need to go through the basic setups first. And we're not going to be concerned with the product key. We'll do that later. Accept the license terms, and the password is going to be password 1. First. And we're not going to be concerned with the product key. We'll do that later. Accept the license terms, and the password is going to be password 1. And finish. Right? I would suggest that you set it so that when you open, it opens in full screen, just to save you from getting confused with your virtual host. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, and I'm going to go through the setup for client 1 and client 2, and then I'll come back to server and we'll set the IP address along with renaming it. Right. We're just going to log in, and we're good to go there. And I shouldn't have started client 2 because client 2 is actually empty. So let's go ahead and turn that off. So right now, it's just server 1 and client 1. Let's log into server. Oops, I stated server 1 and client 1, but server and client 1. When it comes to naming the NIC, there's 2 ways to get to the NIC. You could go here, right-click, open network and internet settings, or you could go to the local server within. When it comes to naming the NIC, there's 2 ways to get to the NIC. You could go here, right-click, open network and internet settings, or you could go to the local server within Server Manager, and give it a second, Server Manager, or when it comes to naming the NIC, server and client 1. When it comes to naming the NIC, there's 2 ways to get to the NIC. You could go here, right-click, open network and internet settings, or you could go to the local server within Server Manager, and there's 2 ways to get to the NIC. You could go here, right-click, open network and internet settings, or you could go to the local server within Server Manager, and give it a second, Ethernet, you could click here. All right, so you want to go ahead and rename the NIC. You could go to the local server within Server Manager, and give it a second, Ethernet, you could click here. All right, so you want to go ahead and rename the NIC. And then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going to be using and then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going to be using the diagram to and then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going to be using the diagram to configure based on your student ID or the numbers within your student, and then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going to be using and then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going and then set the IP address. When setting the IP address, remember that you're going to be using the diagram to configure based on your student ID or the numbers within your student ID. However, the preferred DNS for the server is going to be itself, which is the loopback 127.0.0.1. This points it to itself. All right. When it comes to that, you're going to be using the diagram to configure based on your student ID or the numbers within your student ID. However, the preferred DNS for
All right, guys, I gotta run to the store to get some mushrooms so I can make some food. Pretty hungry. So, I'm gonna go take care of that. See y'all in a bit. Well, probably see y'all tomorrow. It was a long stream, guys. You guys see the struggle that I went through, everything that I had to do. Ended up getting stopped out on that trade at 50%. Wish I would have loaded up a lot, but I missed the entry, so I just stayed on, whatever you want to call it. But hey, guess I'll see you on the well, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, go ahead and hit that like button. Appreciate you guys for joining. You did watch this. It was pretty lengthy, so again, that was week 1, 240. Basically learning Windows PowerShell and setting up a hypervisor. I'm guessing I'm about to learn the commands and all that stuff next and do things within it, just as if it was Linux. So that's pretty cool that Windows 11 has their own. They took PowerShell to that level, I guess. So we'll see how good it is. This is just the beginning. We have 5 weeks left. So